Hello everyone's. I'm here for Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 9, the finale. Now before we get to this review, go ahead and give this a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and make sure your notifications are on. I apologize, it's that time of year, it's April, and it's time for me to have the cough that won't quit. On top of having a pollen tree that hangs ever so slightly over our driveway, I've been walking because I'm trying to get in shape. And I've been walking at the park and it has trees galore. So I've been trying to get rid of this cough that won't quit. So if y'all have any suggestions that what I can do, like in-home therapy type of situation, remedy to get rid of this cough, I much appreciate it. Now back to this review. We have Sheree. Now, this whole episode was basically the reveal of Chateau Sheree. Because y'all know she's been working on this house like the past 5-6 years. And it's finally somewhat completed. Now, I think where Sheree messed up was she was out here trying to stun on the people of Atlanta as opposed to having a nice house for her children. Yes, she wanted it for her children, but she wanted the people to be talking about her house for years to come. Well, I guess she did get her wish because people have been talking about Chateau Sheree not being done for years. But anyways, had she taken the route that Candy had taken, she would have been done a long time ago and she wouldn't have been in so much debt. Because Candy bought her a nice foreclosed house, cheaper than what it was worth, came in, changed things around, got family, got friends, we come in here and we getting this together, and bam, had it done in, I believe, 1 season. But no, Sheree wanted to stud on these girls and build from ground up. Now me, I would go for getting the foreclosed house and fixing it up. Because I love HGTV. That is my show. I love Property Brothers. I love Fixer Upper, House Hunters Renovation, Flipper Flop. Those is my shows, and I be getting ideas on like when I buy a house and fix it up. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to buy a brand new house. I'm going to get a cheap house and fix it up. Because I haven't seen them take a house cost $19,000 and put like $70,000, $80,000 in it, and it was gorgeous. Sheree could have done that and not been in debt. Now, don't get me wrong. That house was gorgeous. That bathroom, that shower, that tub, gorgeous. Her bedroom, gorgeous. Kitchen wasn't all the way done, but hey, we're going to get to that in a minute. Because y'all know she was dogging Kenya for having the baseboards weren't done. Places were X'd off and put sheet up so you can't go there. And she's like, when I have my housewarming party, everything's going to be done. Nobody can say that my stuff is not done. But we're going to get to that in a minute. Y'all, I felt so uncomfortable watching Candy, Riley, and Block together. Because she is so uncomfortable around him. Like, it's not that she's scared of him. It's like she doesn't know him. Doesn't know how to relax around him. She looks like she has her guard up. Because, like, this is, I just don't believe this is going to be a consistent thing in my life to where you call me, I call you, I go over your house, I spend the weekend, we get together and do things. It's like you're here for the moment and you said you're going to continue to be here, but you're not, and I'm just going to keep my guard up. That's what I got out of that situation. And they're talking, and at one point Kenny wants to get up, but like Riley's like, you getting up, I'm getting up. It's just that simple. I'm not sitting here with this man because I don't know him and I have my guard up. She plays him a little snippet of a song, and he has the nerve to get offended. But I'm like, if you're not here for her the way you're supposed to be here for her, and she's expressing her feelings this way, why are you mad? And he's like, well, I've always been there for you. I was there when you were born. And she was like, what? And Katie lets us know, yeah, you were there when she was born, but she was, at the hospital. But you wasn't there when she came out. You came later on. So don't try to play that. We're not going to do that. And he feels that she's been brainwashed. But I'm like, I remember when I was 2 years old. It may have been like a 20-minute memory, but I remember being 2 years old, walking down the street with my mom and my brother, and it was raining. And for the longest time, I just thought it was a dream. But my mom said no, that actually happened. So I'm pretty sure she remembers whether you was in her life or not. It's not like this season Candy was out of nowhere. It's like he's never been in her life. Since she's been on the show, she's discussed how Riley's dad has never been consistently in her life. And he was like sitting there like, you've been brainwashed. She's like, I don't have to be brainwashed. I know you weren't here. I have a memory, and I know in those memories you weren't here. My mom was here. My grandma was here. My great aunties was here. Shoot, even Todd's been here. But you, sir, no, have not been here consistently. But he said he's going to change. But she was like, you know, she could have called me. He's like, bruh, you the daddy. You the adult. You the one supposed to be getting in contact with me. Not the other way around. It's supposed to be like that. So hopefully Block makes a consistent effort to be in Riley's life and not just, she don't want to see me, so I'm not going to see her. No, go, because he's probably testing you when you say, I'm going to come see you, and like that, you know, she's probably testing, like, if I say no, he's just not going to come. She wants you to come. She's testing you, and you've been failing the test. Y'all, I am so over Johnny and Phaedra in this lawsuit, because oh dude, the lawyer's like, look here, we can't help you on this little restaurant concept because y'all ain't have a contract. Y'all may have been talking about it, but y'all didn't put it down in writing, therefore we can't do nothing for them that way. But as far as lost wages, you know, tell us about what's going on. He's saying how he would work 7 days but only getting paid for 5, but he did this for 2 years. Now this is like, when I go to work and I look at my check and it doesn't add up to the days that I work, I call my job. I talk to them. I don't wait 2 years and be like, I need something to happen. You go to them up front. He's saying how he worked on her wedding, which was this big extravaganza. It was a coming to America thing. He did this, he did that, he did the other. And we got Phaedra over here. Now, y'all know Phaedra's trying to let us believe that she's not in the business of what's going on. She's there, but I'm like, you're not trying to be all up in that business and be messy, but you're all up in that business being messy. Because she's sitting there like, I did some calculations myself, and it was like he was only getting like $2 and some change an hour. I'm like, I thought she wasn't going to be in that business being messy. You was messy when you referred him to a lawyer. See, you gonna try to play with, well, I didn't represent him, but I'm gonna find somebody who will represent him, and I'm gonna be all up in the business. And that's why people look at you like the way they do, Phaedra, because you do these things like this. Y'all, what does Sheree have on at her housewarming party? Can somebody please tell me that? I am so sick and tired of people having those outfits. She looked like she was going to the Ice Capades. I'm just going to say it like that. I didn't like that little mesh knitting situation she had going on because it was bunching. It didn't look flattering. I was just looking at her like, really? And then, we spoke of this earlier. Y'all know she clowned Kenya up, down, left, and right, around the corner and back. And was talking about how she didn't have any baseboards, the paint wasn't right, this wasn't right. But we get to your house and your basement, 1, is not finished. 2, you have no stove, you have no refrigerator, you have nothing. Now remember, you said when I have my party, I'm going to have everything looking right so they can't say anything. But your thing is, these things were custom made, so things happen. That you wasn't going to have your party because, like, this is the end. This is y'all last day of taping, so you had to get this done. So when Kenya goes downstairs looking for a said bathroom, she was looking for something to complain about. Can't tell me otherwise. And she was like, I know Miss Sheree Whitfield does not have an unfinished basement up in here. And then when she goes to looking for room, she was like, well, damn. 2 of these lights I have in my house, and I have that same headboard, only in a grander scale. And I was looking, I'm like, those lights and the headboard look awfully a lot like what Kenya had at her house. So I don't know if Sheree had these pre-ordered or what, but it did look awful familiar. And then, as Kenya is complaining about what's going on and how stuff like the stuff at her house, Ken Zodiac was like, what are you talking about? They get into it. Kid talks about Kim Zodiac's lips. Kim Kim was talking about Kenya and she ain't got no man. She ain't got no kids. Kenya was like, you got, 6 kids by 3 different daddies. Your husband ain't got a job. I was like, dang, he ain't had nothing to do with this. Kim was like, my husband, he made $20 million, so it don't matter. They going back and forth. I was trying to figure out what got them, like, in the previews, like, why was these two even arguing? But, like, I guess Kim was like, you came to my house and you was being messy and you was talking about how your house was going to be all the way together and we get here and it's not all the way together, and some of the stuff like it's stuff at my house. So I'm going to talk about it. So these two was going back and forth. I'm like, really? We going back and forth about this? I was just looking at them like, really? And then Phaedra and Candy finally sit down because they got things to discuss, like, why was Apollo girlfriend at your party? I just think that was very in bad taste. And she was like, yeah, just like you representing Johnny was in bad taste. But Phaedra says, even though she's not representing Johnny as an attorney, she cannot discuss such matters. What? You're not his attorney, but as an attorney, you can't discuss it. But don't attorneys, like, consult with each other about matters of that? Like, I have this client is doing this, that, and the third, what should I do? But as an attorney, not Johnny's attorney, but as an attorney in general, you cannot discuss the matters at hand. This was your way of not seeming messy. Like, I can't talk about it because I am an attorney. I'm not his attorney, but I'm an attorney. So therefore, I can't talk about these matters. Candy was looking at her just like I was looking at her. Like, really? Really? Okay. So that was just what went on. Portia and her sister went to go visit her dad's gravesite. And I didn't know. I thought Portia and her sister had the same mom and dad. They had the same dad, different moms. Like, geez, so I guess, that's your sister. They was always taught, like, even if we had sisters, like, we sisters, y'all blood. You got my back, I got your back. Like, her sister lived with the daddy. Portia went over there on the weekends because her mom and dad was divorced. They stuck glue, like, tight like glue. And she was like, she realizing that me getting pregnant first and then getting married is not what my daddy would want. I want to have me a strong, successful, goofy husband, and then, later on down the road, have some babies. I'm like, thank goodness for that. So, that was the gist went on. If I left anything out, by all means, a comment or video response. Like always, I want to thank my subscribers. And if people watch my videos, I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.